Well, good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. And today we're coming to you live from Beaufort, down in southern Victoria. And we're here camping for a few days. And, well, I'm missing my radios. So today we went for a drive to a little place called Daylesford. Now, this place is fairly famous this year because in Australia, this place is where The Block is being recorded this year on Channel 9. So we went past that and saw where The Block is, and yeah, it's Daylesford. If you have a look on the map, a very nice little spot. And we went there to the amazing Mill Market. Boy, that is one place where you really have to go. And look what I found, a radio. I wasn't going to do any more radios on this trip. I've got one more up my sleeve to go on here. But I thought, well, let's do a video from our camping spot at Lake Beaufort. And it's in a caravan park just outside of Beaufort in Victoria. So amongst that, we also went to some other places. You will probably see more of them on my other channel, Travel See Do 1. It's number 1. And so go over there, and it'll be a week or so before that video comes up of our trip. But go over there and check it out. Now, I walked into the shop and I saw this and I thought, well, you guys are going to love this one. It's a Philips. Yes, we know we all like Philips, and it's got a broken dial cord, so that's a real plus, isn't it? There it is. We'll get you in a bit closer at the moment. I've never done an outside broadcast before. Now, this is a model 112A, and a little Australian radio. It's 240 volts. There's not much to tell you about it. Now, the valve lineup, we'll show you all this anyway. ECH 35 or a 33 as your mixer. We've got a 6X5 as the rectifier. An EBF2G or a GT or an EBF35 as our IF amp. Now, this thing, at the moment, I can see I can see 2 IF cans. I'm not familiar with this at all, but I do know compliments of radiomuseum.com that this was a 1949 model, so fairly old. And, well, around the back, yeah, from a distance, that's what it looks like. It's grotty, it's horrible, and well worth restoring. Okay, so on this side, there's a switch there that's pretty hard. And tuning, well, there's nothing up here. There's no dial which flips up. If you're familiar with these ones, the dial flips up and your needle runs along. The needle is inside. There is certainly no sign of our dial. So, don't know. We're going to have to contact a few people regarding where we would find the dial glass for this model, for a 112A. A 112A. The dial string on the main tuning gang actually works, so that is turning the tuning gang. But what I'm going to do, guys, is you want to see the nitty gritty, and believe me, this doesn't take much undoing. There it is there. I'm going to bring you in now beside me, and we'll take this out. There is only 2 screws and the knobs, and I think, no, there's 4 screws. There's one either side of the chassis up the front, and we'll take it apart out here in the bush and see how good this thing's going to be to restore. This is only an intro. I've got no tools with me other than a screwdriver, and I may have a soldering iron, but not many of Carl's capacitors with me. So this is going to have to wait for the restore when we get home, which will be in 2 or 3 weeks. In the meantime, we're enjoying Lake Beaufort, which, as you can see, there's no water in here. This place is really, really dry. So very little water in the lake. Probably give us an aerial shot of this whole place when we're finishing the video. Okay, let's have a look inside it. Okay guys, well, we've got a very crude screwdriver. Yeah, it's not the one that I wanted, but let's get it out of the case. Okay, don't normally take things apart in a caravan park, but interested to see what this is. You guys obviously will be fairly interested in this one too, I think. Early Philips, as I said, 1949. If you want to see this, model 112, go to radiomuseum.com and have a look at it there. Okay. We'll get all our screws out. No, we're not fixing it and putting caps in it and everything else at the moment. We're having a look, evaluating. Power cord, it may need a new one. Or perhaps we could fire this up on a dim bulb and just make sure they're not touching. What could possibly go wrong with that? Okay, two knobs. Now I think these are pull-off knobs. Just not real sure. They're certainly on there, but they look original. Now this case also looks like it's been painted. I think it is a brown Bakelite case. That knob does not want to come off. Yeah, this is a bit tricky, this one. Here we go. And the end of him broke off. So I've got no idea how this is unclipped underneath. Okay, we stuffed up there, guys. We'll probably need some JB weld onto that. Okay, obviously we go in through these 2 holes here, and there is a very small screw in there on the shaft. So yes, we can put this together, but I'll have to get a very small screwdriver. And I don't know whether you guys can see that. Right in there's a little screw on a ferrule. Yeah, should have looked under there first, shouldn't I? But anyway, we know with this one, and we'll have to fix this one. So I've got to get a screw down through that hole, down into there. Okay, I'll see what I've got. Meanwhile, as you can see, this is pretty original. Waxies, those black things. The electrolytic is losing its end. So, yeah, it should be a pretty good restoration. Okay, I'll go and find a small screwdriver and I'll be back. And we won't do the same thing on the other one. Yeah, bit of a shame, but anyway, we're in the bush. Okay, I'll be back soon. Well guys, I've gone handheld now, and no, I don't have a small screwdriver to get into where we want to go. Now, where we want to go is in there. You can probably see a little screw right in there, and I've got to go through that hole. I don't have anything with me, unfortunately, that'll do that, so we can't get him out of the cabinet for you. But anyway, let's have a look. We can see everything there. Some waxies, as I said, these black fellas, and yeah, the electro. You can see what I need to do there. Okay, and if we tip him up, we've got some bits and pieces here. I'll just swing this whole thing around towards the light a bit. Okay, so first of all, the important bit. Let's have a look at that. Don't take too much notice of the power cord. I think we can separate that enough to do something with. Shango would, but I'm not sure. But anyway, there we go. The Arts and P has gone. Obviously a serial number there. Now, transformer. There's our valve lineup. We've got no idea whether our speaker transformer is okay. Now, if we look in there, that's our dial pointer, and he actually goes up through the top up here. Okay. Our tuning capacitor, well, it did work before I broke the bloody knob off, but anyway, we'll we'll fix that up. I thought, they'd be pull off for sure, because it was, yeah, stupid me, never even looked underneath. And of course we can't get this out with the knobs on it. Okay, so yeah, the speaker tranny, no idea. Hopefully it's good. And there's our dial pointer. And as you can see there, and that was a car next door with a bit of an alarm going off. Okay. So there we go, guys. Cap can there, which is a 350 volt. And I don't know what it is. Oh, there it is. It's an 8 mic. Now, this thing, I don't know what this is. I don't really know. Antenna coil, maybe? I'm not sure. That's our antenna. Okay, so our aerial. And this is our earth, obviously. Dial string, well, yeah, you can, let's, yeah, okay. Need I say any more? Yeah, okay. If we turn him around, so as you can see, the pointer runs along here. Our glass actually has an assembly on the bottom of it, and it flips up, and our pointer runs along the top. We may have to implement something else along here. I don't know. I don't know what we'll do with it. Logo should come up quite good. And there's our, I forget what that's called. It's not Afghan, but it's something like that. Okay, so yeah. Righto, guys. Well, there it is. This is the latest thing, and well, as far as our view, I'll take you around, and that's my barbecue for tonight. And there's the Lake Beaufort. Okay, normally fairly full. The last time we were here it was very full, but yeah, not much in it at the moment. A little bit of water way in the distance there. Yeah, Not real crash hot. And this is the caravan park we're at, Beaufort Lake Caravan Park. Okay, so it's not really much of a workshop. And, well, this is not my regular bench, that's for sure. Otherwise I wouldn't have broke that bloody knob. But I should have brought more tools with me. Okay, guys, there we are. That's where we're camping. This is ahead of us. That's what we're doing when we get back. Hope you enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up if you like our little outdoor session of repairing a Philips 112. There we go, 112A. If you like it, subscribe please, and hit the bell. You'll be notified as soon as we do the next video on this little fella. Okay guys, catch you later. Bye for now.